Hello.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Welcome to the last Arduino show from us. For the moment, because obviously we've gone as far as what we should have done, really, with the Arduino show. So, yeah, how are you, Horlixs?
Yeah, not too bad. I must say I'm a bit nervous because the week I've had, what with the Spitfire and everything going wrong, I've got a premonition there's going to be an explosion in here tonight.
No, because we can rely on this technology, and we just can't rely on other technology.
No, it'd be fine. Yeah, I'm all right.
Other technologies out of our hands, you see. So, just one of them things. Okay, right. Are you all right, Jack?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Jack's going to be doing the lesson tonight because he started all this by buying this Arduino set for me for Christmas. So,
yeah, my fault.
Finish what you started.
My fault, apparently.
No, to tell you the truth, it's helped me because I've done a mod for the Ecto 1, and currently uploading to YouTube is a mod for my Spitfire base. So, it's given me more confidence in doing these things. A lot more than, when I was young, I used to hook up stereos to each other and goodness knows what, but I think you get more cautious as you get older. So, right, I'll go through the chat then. We've got lots of comments. So, we've got D. Harris saying, a very good evening, Alex, Mark, and young Jack. Evening, D.
Hi, Dave.
Evening, D.
I must say, the pictures you're putting on Facebook at the moment are brilliant, D. They really are nice photos.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them. I think I liked a couple of them, but yeah, it looked like you had a really nice time.
Okay, and then we've got DS Model Vintage saying, hi, Horlixs, Mark and Jack, good luck with the show. Hi, Dave.
Thank you. Hi, Dave. Yeah, I think I'm going to need it.
And D. Harris says, at DS Models and Vintage, good evening, Sir Dave. And then DS Models and Vintage saying, hi, D. And we've got Geordie Dave. Evening, everyone. Evening, Geordie Dave.
Hi, Geordie.
And then we've got Dave Matt Build. Good evening, everyone. Shame this is the last Arduino show. It's been very interesting. Good luck with your electronics, Horlixs, Mark and Jack. Thank you, Dave, Mark, and good evening.
Thank you. And to say, it might not, it's the last show as you know it here, but there will be other streams, I expect, very soon with Arduino projects on. As I said last week, I've got a couple of things I'm working on or going to start working on. And I thought, well, why not? We'll just do it live, and then you can come along for the journey and duck in and out or whatever.
Yeah. And then we've got D. Harris saying, at Geordie Dave, good evening. And we also have D. Harris saying, at Dave Mac Builds. And then we've got D. Harris saying, evening, correcting himself. That's the trouble when you're writing on an iPad. Right, it just jumped. So, next we've got Dano's Universe saying, hello, everyone. Hi, Dano.
Hi, Dano.
And then we've got Yorkshire Crafter. Good evening, everyone. Hi, love, from the other side of the wall.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
And then we've got Geordie Dave saying evening to D. Harris. And then we've got Dave Matt Build saying good evening at DS Models and Vintage at D. Harris and at Geordie Dave. And we've got Dave again saying hi at Dano's Universe. And D. Harris saying evening at Yorkshire Crafter. Geordie Dave saying evening at Dave Mac. Yorkshire Crafter saying evening to D. Dano's Universe saying evening Dave Mac. D. Harris saying evening at Dano's Universe. And we've got Ian Campbell. A very good evening, everyone. Hi, Ian.
Hi, Ian.
All right.
And then we've got Geordie Dave saying evening at Ian Campbell. And then Ian Campbell says the explosion will be from your foot travelling at great speed through the Spitfire, Horlixs.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
No, I wouldn't. I nearly did, but I had to stop myself.
Yeah. D. Harris says last show should go out with a bang, lol. Well, it did for Horlixs the other night. Wasn't good. And then we've got Dave Matt Bill saying, good evening, Ian. And then Ian says, I agree at D. Harris. Superb picks, mate. And then we've got Dave Matt Bill says, I brought my Spitfire and bass back in the house to do some work on it tomorrow.
Nice.
And then we've got Daniel Universe saying, evening, D and Ian. And then we've got Neil Radcliffe saying, good evening, the Three Musketeers. Evening, Neil.
Hi, Neil.
Evening.
And then we've got D. Harris saying, thanks, Mark and Alex. That's only a few photos, about 4 weeks for the album. Wow. Yeah,
Jeez.
really wow. So, I will say, because Ian's here, Ian, something that sort of related to you is going to be released on my channel later. You might want to take a look at it. It's currently uploading as we speak. Right, Jack, over to you.
Right, me. Yes, me. Right. Actually, I'll just put it full screen.
Yeah.
We'll do whatever. Right. This lesson 30. It's not obviously the final lesson. There are obviously. I think it goes up to. I don't know how many lessons it goes up to. I can check actually. I can check actually. How many lessons does it go up to? English. Code. It goes up to lesson 24 for the code. So around 24, 25 lessons. And we're stopping on lesson 13, which is the receiver module, or the IR receiver module. So using an IR remote is a great way to have wireless control of your project. Infrared remotes are simple and easy to use. In this tutorial, we'll be connecting the IR receiver to the Uno and then use a library that was designed for this particular sensor. In our sketch, we'll have the IR hexadecimal codes that are available on this remote. We will also detect if the code was recognized and also if we are holding down a key. So you're going to need the Arduino, the receiver module, which looks like this, the remote, which looks like this. And then 3 male to female wires. So component introduction. Infrared receiver detectors are little microchips with a photocell that are tuned to listen to infrared light. They are almost always used for remote control detection. Every TV and DVD player has one of these in the front to listen for the infrared signal from the clicker. Inside the remote control is a matching infrared LED, which emits infrared pulses to tell the TV to turn on or off or change channels. Infrared light is not visible to the human eye, which means it takes a little more work to test a setup. There are a few differences between these and, say, a CD5 photocells. Infrared detectors are specially filters for infrared light. They are not good at detecting visible light. On the other hand, photocells are good at detecting yellow/green visible light and not infrared light. Infrared detectors have a demodulator inside that looks for modulated infrared at 38 kilohertz. Just shining an infrared LED won't be detected. It has to be a PWM blinking at 38 kilohertz. Photocells do not have any sort of demodulator and can detect any frequency, including direct current, within the response speed of the photocell, which is about 1 kilohertz. Infrared detectors are digital out. Either they detect 38 kilohertz infrared signal and output low 0 volts, or they do not detect any and output 5 volts. Photocells act like resistors. The resistance changes depending on how much light they're exposed to. So these are the 2 graphs for the 2 signals. As you can see from the datasheet graphs, the peak frequency detection is at 38 kilohertz, and the peak LED color is at 940. I think that's nanometers. I'm not too sure of that. You can use from about 35 kilohertz to 41 kilohertz, but the sensitivity will drop off so that it won't detect as well from afar. Likewise, you can use 850 to 1100. I think that says nanometer. I'm not too sure. I don't know. LEDs, but they won't work as well as 900 to 1000. So make sure that to get matching LEDs, check the data sheet infrared LED to verify the wavelength. Okay, this is the schematic for tonight. I think there's a better one below because I got confused at this one. Yeah, this one's a bit better. So 5 volts goes into the second one, which is R11. So pin number 11, we're going to Y, ground, we're going to ground. I just said that. So on the code, right, here we go. This is the code for this lesson 13. Kind of unlucky to go out on lesson 13, but yeah, unlucky for some. This includes a library. So you'd have to go to Sketch, that include library, and then you go add zip library. And then I'll show you how to do it, but I won't upload it because I've already done it and I'll probably error it out if I do it again. We get here. I mean, you can go straight into libraries and then find IR remote. It'll be this one. Is what it says on the thing. So then you upload the code to the Arduino, and then it's another one where you have to run the serial monitor. So if I do this, so I have the remote here, and I have it set up. So I'll just put it over here. Actually, I can kind of put it over here and hold it up like this. So then you go to tools, serial monitor, like normal. And then if I just point, I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to show. It's backwards. Power to the thing. It says power, volume up, volume down. 1, 2. Oh, that's a repeat, apparently. It's not always 100% accurate. 5. So it detects every single button that's pressed with the serial monitor. And that's the lesson. That's what tonight's lesson is.
Awesome.
Right.
There's not really much I can change in the code.
No.
I've already had a look at it. But mine's actually doing something different. If I just share screen, mine's doing something a bit different. So every time I press mine, it just says other button.
Yeah, press a different button.
I am.
Maybe try power first. Power and then do it.
Other button. Other button.
Oh.
Did you remove the other library that it said?
What library was that?
If you look back at the manual that Jack had, in blue, it says you have to remove one of the libraries because it interferes with it.
It says
after wiring, please program for details. Before you can run this, make sure you install the remote library or reinstall it if necessary. Otherwise, your code won't work. For details,
So it's quite easy to do. So you just go to your computer, C drive. Just be interested to see if it's that C drive, and then program files 86, Arduino libraries, and then in there you should have one that says robot IR sensor or something.
Yeah, remote infrared sensor.
program file.
Arduino. Program files times 86. Then
right. Oh, times 86 Arduino.
libraries.
Yeah.
And then there should be one in there. You've got remote IR, but you should have one that says robot IR or something.
Oh,
remote.
I've got robot control, robot motor, robot remote.
That's it. Robot remote.
Robot remote.
You need to cut it, and paste it on your desktop because you can put it back in later.
Right.
Then restart your program with the code, re-upload it, and see if it's changed.
Okay. Right, I'm just doing that now. So robot remote, delete. So just reopen. Right. Okay. Let's see. Upload. Right. Compiling sketch. Uploading. Done uploading. Right. So if we go sketch. Tools. Serial monitor. Right. I'll share screen to see if this works. And then we fixed it. So power.
No.
No.
Did you close the Arduino software and relaunch it?
Hang on, I'll do that.
Yeah, close it all and then reload the code. The sketch from the downloads or whatever you got it from, because it has to restart the program.
Right.
Be interesting to see if that is, because I did wonder what it did. If it doesn't, I'm not sure. But just redo anything. Go to your sketch, and then top.
Looks okay.
Yeah, click on sketch at the top, and then go to your library, and then hang on, just hold it there a minute. Is it removed? Yes, it's removed it. So now upload that and see if it's working.
Okay. Compiling sketch. Uploading.
Cool.
Done uploading. Let me open serial monitor. Right. Power. Volume. Volume that is working now.
Yeah.
Right.
Mind you, that still says other button.
Yeah, I'm going through the numbers.
Some of mine do say other button. I don't know whether it means like I don't know what it means.
Well, that's interesting. Well, I'll have to try mine before I edit the code. I'm planning to edit the code, as I always do. I've not practiced it yet. So what you're seeing is live with me, and see what can go wrong. Anything.
Right, well, I'll just catch up with
chat. Yeah.
Yeah, before we catch up. So Ian Campbell says, ooh, what could it be? Wait and see, Ian. No, it's good. It really is good. D. Harris says, at Ian Campbell, a good evening, and thank you, my friend. D. Harris says, good evening to Neil Radcliffe. Ian Campbell says, hey, D. Ian Campbell says, at Daniel's Universe, assembly cushion is being posted tomorrow. And Neil Radcliffe says, evening, D. Right, up to you, Horlixs.
Right, here we go then. So I've not built this yet, so let's do it now. And then we'll try the code standard, I think, and see if I'm getting the same problem as Mark. So got my little IR receiver there. I've got some wires. So you've got red, positive, negative. So ground, positive, and Y for pin 11, I think it said.
Yeah.
Right, so we should be wide. So let me get this. We'll undo the remote. Oh, it's got some plastic in it. Cool. Okay, so
It's just for the battery. To stop the battery draining and whatever.
all right, yeah. Okay, so let me open up the sketch. There we go. So this is what you've got, standard. So let's try and upload this. Done uploading. Cool. Serial monitor. Right, power. Volume up. Volume down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Whatever that button is, ST repeat, function. Yeah, it seems to be all right. Fast back, fast forward. EQ. Yeah, it seems to be working. Cool. So I want to edit this code. I know I say I've not done this yet, but I think I've got a rough idea. Oh, I think I've got a rough idea how I'm going to do it. But let's come back to the table and do some more wiring. So I've got a selection of LEDs out. The aim is I want to control LEDs with this remote because that's going to be the main function for it. Or turning things on and off on your project. So I need to get some more jumper wires for some projects. There we go. I've got 3. Okay, so I'm going to plumb in 3 LEDs. So let me bring you in closer. So negative. It's just getting these in. That's going to be the. There we go. Negative, negative. I want 3 LEDs. If we're going to do it, let's do it. I could just start with 1, but.
Well, like everybody said, go out with a bang.
Right, so then we want resistors in the positive. No, we don't, because we're not connecting to positive. I did this last time. Forget that. We want resistors next to it. Trying to see where they are. There we go. Resistor, resistor. I need one more for the 3 LEDs. There we go. So I want 3 more of these because I want to join the rails up. So, come on.
Do you feel we should blow an LED just for Christine tonight?
Yeah, she likes seeing things blown up. Mind you, they stink, don't they? I have blown one before.
I've never blown one.
Oh, well, maybe you can do that then.
Yeah, I could get that set up. Yeah, just blowing up just for Christine because she's asked since we started this show, can you please blow up an LED?
Just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, so nearly there. That's all my connections wired up.
Now everybody in the chat's agreeing for me to blow up an LED.
So I'm going to put red in. One red. We'll have a green. We'll have a blue. So I've got 3 LEDs. Now let's wire these up. I'm going to remove this. I want to change this to pin 2, the IR remote. There I'm right with wires. 012.
You do know I'm setting this up to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? So I'm going to put one LED in 13. Tight, but green LED we'll put in 12.
Just need a 5 volt on the ground, don't I?
Yeah. And the blue LED I'm going to put in 11. So that's going to look like that. So let's try and turn these LEDs on and off with the remote in the code. So put this to one side. That's the electrics done. And bring back up my screen. So the first thing I want to do is change the IR remote sensor because it was on 11 and we've actually got a blue LED in 11 now. So I've moved it to pin 2. So that's here, receiver pin 11. So I'm going to change that to pin 2. Okay, so now we need to define the LEDs and what pins they are. So let's do define and then right, red is going to be pin 13. Oh, caps lock needs to be off. Green, we're on green. That's going to be pin 12. And then let's define the blue to pin 11. Okay, that's that bit done. So we know what pins what. Now we need to tell it if they're outputs or not. So let me have a look at this code. We've got void translate IR, so we don't want that. Oh, okay, so let's add void setup. I think we'll do that there. I think that should be okay. Oh. Right, so void setup. Now, what do I want to do? Pin mode with a capital M. God, mine's gone blank. Pin mode red, which is going to be an output. Close bracket and one of them. Pin mode green output, and then pin mode. It's really unnerving when it goes quiet. Output
Goes quiet. What do you mean?
goes really quiet. I'm like, oh my god, I can hear a pin drop.
Robert, can you jump on what's coming, please? And yeah, sorry, I was setting up for this LED. To
That's alright. I'm only joking.
We're letting you concentrate as well.
So,
Giving you silence for concentration.
We've just defined the pins. We've told them it's going to be outputs. So this is where I think it's going to work. So here you've got the switches, and then you've got the addresses of all the buttons, and it tells you here when you push the power button, which is obviously going to be this one, it's going to display power on that serial monitor. So instead of doing that, I want it to do. I don't want it to print anything. I want it to do an action. So I think what we'll do is we'll find button 1. Let's have a look at the remote. Yeah, button 1 is here. So let me just add a comment in here. And then I'm going to name that 1. Let me just add a few comments in so I know what's going on. Because when we change this, this is going to disappear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Actually, I don't want. What do I want? 1 and 4. Right. 1, 2, 3. How many do I need? 1 and 4, 2 and 5. And let me think. 3 and 6. 3 and 6. 3, and we want 6 as well. Oh. 3 and 6. So got 1 to 6 there. So this is where I'm going to edit this code here. And instead of this printing number 1, let's put digital write. What we got? Red, high, close bracket. So button 1 should turn on the red LED. This is how I'm seeing it. Whether this is going to work, I don't know, but that's how I'm reading this.
Yeah.
We'll soon find out. Digital write. So I want button 4. Let me change this down here. Button 4, I want it to turn it off. So I think you can push it again and turn it off, but I think that gets quite involved. So as a basic level, this is all I'm doing. So I'm going to have separate buttons for different functions. So digital write. No, I can't spell.
Can anybody else in the chat think that this could apply to Horlixs' Rootmaster at some point in the future?
Probably.
Right, let me just concentrate on this a minute. So button 1 is going to turn the red LED on, and then button 4 is going to turn it off. Okay, and the reason I've done that, I'll come back to me a minute, is because as you look at the buttons, you've got 1 and 4. So I think I'm doing it in order of the LEDs. So 1 and 4 will be the red, 2 and 5 will be green, 3 and 6 will be blue. These ones we won't worry about just now. So that's the plan. Okay, so Where were we? So we've done 1, we've done 4. So 2, we're going to digital right. Getting confused here. Green. And we want that to be high. Hang on, button 2 high, yeah. And then button 5 digital right, green, low. Red high, red low, green high, green low. And then button 3, digital right, blue, yeah, we're on blue. Let's make that high, turn the LED on. And then button 6, right, blue, low. Okay. Just going to write some comments on there so we know, so you can see what's going on. Okay, so then we want turn off red. I'm just doing this mainly because so I don't get confused, and if we have to do anything with this code, I know what. Just it's easier to look at, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's always good to leave notes when you're writing code.
Aye.
And remember, it'll ask you to save the code before you can upload it.
Yeah, I think I disabled that on mine because it was interfering with projects. So I have to save it manually. So I think that's about it.
Yeah, that looks okay to me.
So let's just see what happens.
So, yeah.
Let me plug this in. We'll either get a fail or. Right, I'm plugged in. Let's upload. Oh no. Oh god, here we go. Right, void setup runs once. User void setup. Read definition of void setup. Ah, okay. Oh, we've already got it down here. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, that's fine. So we've just got to copy all that out. Put it down here. Okay, and then delete this again. I think it's because I've doubled up on the void setup. That must be what it is. Output, output, output. Okay, let's try again.
Seems okay so far. Done uploading.
Oh, it's done. Right. Okay. I'm nervous. Let's see. What do you think? Do you think this is going to work in the audience or not?
I think it'll work. Right.
Button 1. Oh my god, it works.
Oh, nice.
So button
Awesome.
4 should turn it off.
Yeah.
Button 2 should turn the green on. Button 3 should turn the... Oh, wow. There you go. They're all on. And then 4, 5, 6 turns them off. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 4, 5, 6.
So, say if you were going to put one of them on the Route Master. So, but basically, after you've pressed, say, button 1, you could put a delay on that and then to switch it off again, couldn't you? And then that'll just do the motion of just the switches that you've got on there.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, well, look, now you've tested me. Well, let's edit the code again. Let's try something.
I'm just saying, have it on for a few seconds, then switch it, and it switches off again.
Let's try something. So let me put a couple of spaces in here.
Because if you can get a remote control, I know, obviously I was in the Route Master community, but if you can get a remote control for that Route Master, people who are displaying it would go, yes, please.
Let me just try something. Play.
Just check something.
Let's do 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Not sure what the brake does, to be honest, but it's obviously there for a reason. Maybe we'll take that out in a minute and see what happens. Tidy this up a bit. So once we've pushed button 1, it's going to turn the LED on, delay it for 5 seconds, and then turn it off again.
Yeah.
And brake. Might not work, but we'll see. Upload.
It's worked so far.
Done uploading.
Alexa, stop.
Okay.
Okay, so my Alexa device decided to start farting.
Randomly.
Yes!
Well, but that seems to have gone on. So, button 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, a bit more than 5. Yeah, but that worked. So push button 1. Comes on. Stays on. And the switch is off. Wow. Right.
Oh dear, what have I started?
We're ending on a bang.
I don't know how to... Because on the Route Master, as you know, I've done the switches on the front. So I don't know... Do you just...
Well,
I guess you just digital write it.
yeah, to come on for for a second or something, and then go off, because obviously you've got to switch it on and off. That's why you have them switches on. That would work on the Route Master with power.
Yeah.
The problem is, when you digital write something, it's putting voltage in, and there's already voltage there. So I don't know. All I want it to do is just short them together.
Yeah.
Because they're push switches. So I don't know how you'd code that, because we don't want... With this, it's injecting the voltage from this unit to make the LED come on. So it's going to need some... It's going to need some playing around with, I think. but that seems to work nicely. I like that. So what happens if I interrupt that? So if I push 1 and then 4 quick, yeah, it doesn't do anything because it's running the delay sequence. So you can't interrupt that unless you do like an else statement. So
maybe a bit of a project for you, Alex.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
So that works. Well, so let me take that back out. And let's just try something else before we go. Put on LED. I want to get rid of this break. I want to see what it does. What does that break do? Upload. Done. Right, let's come back to the map. I'm going to push. Let's test the others first. 2. So that's come on. 3. 5 and 6. Turn them off. 1.
Oh. Okay.
Why has it done that? Now it's 4 is turned off just the red. So 1 turns them both on now.
Okay.
Then you have to turn them off individually.
Can you turn them on individually?
No, because he said if you presses 1,
Oh, yeah.
the red and the green come on together.
Wow.
Okay, I get this. I think I get this. So if I remove this break, I'm expecting all 3 to come on with button 1.
Cool.
So what that break is doing is just telling it to stop, because it's just doesn't matter what this code is. It's reading this code, and without the break, it's just digital writing the red, green, and blue high. It's ignoring the fact that it's got different codes, and then after that, it breaks it. So then what I could do is if I put a delay in here, I'm just having fun now. If I put let me put another.
So in like regards to the root master, if you had that written in the code, you would have, if you press 1 button, the things that you want to come on can come on.
Yeah. But it's good playing like this because you understand, you get to understand the code. So you can't really do anything wrong apart from see a load of errors. So if I get rid of this break, so if I get rid of this break as well, and this one, and this one, what we should see is all 3 come on, stay on, and then all 3 go off just with 1 button. In theory, okay. That's what I'm expecting. Is that done? Done. So let's try it. Button 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All go off. There we go.
Awesome.
That's what I was expecting. This stream has gone really well tonight for me. Cool. So I'm going to undo all my code back as it was. So yeah, just by exploring, you just get to know what stuff does. That's another way of learning, isn't it? So I'm uploading. So now let's just go back. This should be it as it was. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. Yeah, done. Cool. I'm really happy with that.
Well done, Horlixs, as you always.
Well done.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that.
Right, I'll just catch with this chat. So Dano's Universe says, cool, thank you, Ian. Ian Campbell says, let's have some sparks.
Yeah.
Harris says, Matt, you read my mind. Ian says, oh, and some smelly smoke. Dano's Universe says, let's get the fire extinguisher at the ready. Hang on a minute, Dano. It's not me that sets fire to things. You're the worst one for it, apparently. Well, according to your dad. Ian Campbell says, haha. D. Harris says, you will make the show's ending for Chris. D. Harris says, last show and gone. And then, to the spammers. And then Yorkscraft says, D sorted it. Yeah, D's up. Yeah, he doesn't miss anything. Ian Campbell says, I can definitely see Alex doing something for the Root Master using this mark.
Watch this space. I
Yeah.
might even do something at the weekend.
We could do it. We could do something Friday.
Maybe it's gonna be quite involved. And what I'm gonna have to do is, like I did in the side of the Root Master, I'm gonna have to intercept the switch wires underneath the base because I'll still want the switches on the front to work. So I'm going to have to intercept the switches under the base and mount.
Well, Alex, if it gets you enthusiastic and it takes your mind off what's happened over the last few days, then it's a project.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'll look into it.
So Dave Matt Bill says it'll work. Ian says, yeah, it'll work.
Awesome.
D. Harris says, volume up and down buttons increase or decrease interior lighting brightness.
Yeah, that is very possible. Again, that's quite complex, I think, because you've got the code's a bit scrambled. And you have to do you can do like we did before with different increments. So yeah, but that is definitely doable.
Okay, Ian says at D. Harris, before you know it, he'll be putting mood lighting on the remote for his room.
I've already got that with Alex. Well, you know.
Right, so Ian says can't interrupt unless you have a do loop with a counter to 5 seconds, and then within the look you can detect a cancel button and they switch the LED off, etc. Okay,
right, yeah.
Okay.
I think I do get it, but I wouldn't be able to write that now. I'd have to do some research on that, but yeah.
Johnny Dave says that's what the break does. The break in the code.
Yeah.
Ian Campbell says, don't make sense. A red comes on for a specific code and it's checking the code. Brings the green and blue, but you've not pressed them codes.
That's what confused me. So I'm guessing the break just stops it from doing anything else. So I guess, well, as we've seen, without the break, it will just carry on running through everything in sequence until it finds a break.
Yeah. Ian Campbell says, I have a feeling you found a bug in the language.
Yeah, well, it could be, yeah, because it doesn't make sense, because you would have thought it's not seeing that code, so it's not going to write that. But
D says, at Ian Campbell, more likely disco lights. Ian put a smiley face. And we've got J's channel. Hi all, hope everyone is okay and well. Sorry late, busy day with things. I'll catch up later. Evening, Jason. And then we've got Ian Campbell, the break is a cop-out. And then we've got DR saying evening at J's channel. Okay, so if it's the last show, I'm going to blow something up.
Well,
here we have. I'm going to blow up 2 LEDs because why not? So basically, I'm just going to plug a 9-volt battery into the board and blow up 2 LEDs.
Right, have you got a smoke detector in there?
No.
That's all right then. Just watch your face in case it.
Well,
hey.
Yeah, and it's smoking. Cool.
Wow. That'd be hot when you try and... Oh. You're going to try another one.
No, that one's blown as well. I wasn't as joyful as I thought it'd be.
Well, all right, just stick it in 240.
Oh God, where's that?
No, I'm joking. I mean,
Right, okay.
I mean, plug
In
into
the mains. We'll get into the mains.
Okay, well, I blew some up. I can't smell out really, so these bulbs must have changed.
Can you not smell?
Well, it'll take a bit to smell.
Right, so Jay says hiya at D Harris, and Ian Campbell says nice one, Mark. You had it in ya, hee hee. And Dave McBill says nice to see an LED blow, lol. We might as well do glass show, and LEDs are quite inexpensive.
Yeah.
So I should have attached it to the 9-volt, shouldn't I? Oh well. Right, so yeah, this is the last Arduino show tonight, and I'd like to thank Horlixs and Jack for coming along. It's been pretty much a roller coaster, really, since we started it. I am glad it's been started because it got Horlicks back into what he loved, which is electronics. So
yeah,
and now he's got it back in his head. It's the world's your oyster, Horlicks. But not only for that, it's got me doing things that I wouldn't have done before and stuff. So yeah, that video is due to be released on my channel very soon. I just need to start it out. So yeah. So Jack, do you want to say your goodbyes?
Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for everyone who came and stuck around to every single live stream. It's very much appreciated. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next edition, I guess. I don't know. Special episode.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horlicks?
Yeah, so yeah, thank you everyone for watching. And yeah, it's been really good fun. It's just one of them things that we have done a few more complicated things with it, but you can do so much with it, and there's only so much that you can really keep up here. And you know, a lot of codes that you want or projects are going to be very specific to you. So it's going to be a case of taking the basics and then, you know, doing what you want with them. And if you want to do more, you know, advanced things, then there are books out there, and I think there are some websites, and the actual Arduino website is really good because there's different projects on there you can do. So you could find something that's similar to what you're trying to achieve and then come in and edit the code once you know, because it'll be already half written up. So yeah, as Mark said, there's so much you can do with it. So
yeah.
But yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, we'll be back with another Arduino one-off show at some point.
Mad scientist show.
Yeah. Or if I do something really exciting, I'll probably show it off, you know. And yeah, I'm not sure when I'll get around to that. I need to do a bit of research, but watch this space because it has given me a good idea. I want to turn that into a remote control now.
Yeah.
Just on the basic lighting functions that I've already got, which will be the 3 buttons on the front. But yeah, watch the space. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on another show.
Okay, and I'll just do this chat before we go. So Dave McBill says, been a great show throughout the series. I really enjoyed them. Thank you, Dave Mac.
Thank you.
Ian Campbell says, great final stream, guys. Thank you so much for doing this. So much you can do with the coding. I agree, Ian. D. Harris says, I have enjoyed this wee series. Hopefully more in the future. Stay well, gents, and I'll see you soon. Thank you, D.
Thank you, D.
Ian Campbell says, see you all soon. D. Harris says, good night, all in chat. Hang on. It's jumped again. Right. Dave Mack says, night, D. Ian Campbell says, Horlicks Friday. Don't forget, the gauntlet has been laid. Geordie Dave says, night, everyone. Dave McBill says, night at Geordie Dave. Daniel's Universe said, enjoyed watching these shows, different ways how to use it. Well done to you all. Thank you, Daniel. Ian Campbell says, night all. D. Harris says, see you tomorrow night, Yorkshire Crafter. D. Harris says, at Ian Campbell, night, mate. Yorkshire Crafter says, see you tomorrow night at D. Harris. Ian says, night, D. And Dave Matt Bill says, night, Ian. D. Harris says, at Dave Matt Builds, at Geordie Dave, at Dano's Universe, night all. And lastly, Ian Campbell says, night, Dave. So thank you, everybody, for your comments tonight. Okay, we went out in a bit of a bang, but I think the coding for what Horlicks did tonight is one of the best bits of coding I've seen from Horlicks doing them LEDs. And yeah, you should think on your route master, Horlicks, definitely. So it's a good night for me. Thank you, everybody who's been involved in the show. And yeah, never say never, if that's one thing I'm going to say. So good night.
Bye.